Hello and welcome to this edition of Consciousness Raising Online. I'm going to jump right into this because I'm not going to be long. And I don't mean that like a Baptist preacher. I really am not planning to be in and out of here 10, 15 minutes at the most. But I want to talk about three words to justice, why equality is not enough. And it's important that I be clear about these concepts I'm going to deal with because it's important to you in that you have to make sure other people understand this. Okay? Um, when I say three words to justice, we're going to walk through three words and then we'll get to justice. Okay? The first word is inequality. Inequality. And essentially, as the graphic shows us, unequal access to opportunities. The unfair situation in society when some people have more opportunities, money, etc., than other people. That's inequality. Okay? And I think that graphic pretty much sums it up. Although all of us probably looking at this, we probably know what inequality is on a serious basis. Okay? So that's the number one word. The second word is equality. Evenly distributed tools and assistance. Now, this is not a trick, but it's important that we understand equality is a situation in which men and women, people of different races, religions, etc., are all treated equally and have the same opportunities. And as you see in this graphic, both of the figures have equal access, right? Okay? But still, it's not working too well for the person on the right hand side. But they both have equal tools and access. Let me show you another graphic that will show you again what's dealing with equality. Okay? Now, in this situation, equality, all three of these figures have equal crates. They're equal. Okay? And that's what most of the time we say we want. This is why I'm doing this, because there's technology involved in this. You see, because of it's equal, but it's still not right, is it? Okay? And that's because equality is not enough. We have to have what's called equity. Equity. Now, what, in a real sense, what is equity? It's where you have custom tools that identify and address inequality. You make up for what is not right. So in this case, the figure on the right gets a higher ladder so that they can reach the fruit of the tree. And that's called equity, where you give one party or more more assistance than the other. For an example, affirmative action was supposed to be a way to address historical inequality. Okay? It was supposed to address that by giving some people an extra foot up or an extra up. Okay? Let me show you another graphic that shows even more what I'm saying. On the left-hand side is that equality situation. All three of them had the same crate. Okay? That was considered equality. But equity on the right-hand side, you see, Now we have a situation that is more righteous. It's more fair. You follow me? Now, yes, it does mean that, for example, the figure on the far right, they have more crates than the other two, but that's so that all three of them can now look over the fence in a fair way, in an equal way. So, equity is providing various levels of support and assistance depending on specific needs or abilities. The quality of being fair. And that's the difference between equality and equity. Equity means fairness. Okay? One more time. Let's look at it one more time, a different way. And this is a way to basically understand it in the best way, I think, is understanding that equality equals sameness. Sameness. Okay, it gives everybody the same thing. But that only works if everyone starts from the same place. In this example, equality only works if everyone is the same height. Okay? And the reason why that doesn't work in terms of real life for us is that we don't start at the same place as white people. You follow me? So even though they talk about equality and they say sameness, it's still not fair because we don't start at the same place. Whereas on the right-hand side, you see equity equals fairness. It's making sure people get access to the same opportunities. Okay? So you first must ensure equity before we can have equality. See, and that's why you don't hear the word equity being talked about. They try to keep us on this thing about equality, 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 and we can't seem to figure out, well, wait a minute, why can we not ever catch up? Because we don't start at the same place. And if you give everybody the same, and they don't start the same place, then those who are ahead at the beginning will be ahead at the end. Okay? But I remember I call this 3 words to justice. You see, we had inequality, then we had equality, then we got to equity. But now we're not finished. We have one more stage. And that stage is justice. Justice. Justice is fixing the system to offer equal access to both tools and opportunity. Let me show you how this works, because this is tricky now. This is tricky. Okay? This looks similar to what we had before when we had equity, right? But it's not the same. It's not the same. Look at this a little bit closer. Okay? You see, what justice does is it fixes the system. Now, what I mean by that, let me back up here to equity for a second. Let me back up. All right, now, here's equity. And what we did, we gave the person on the right, gave them a higher ladder so that they could reach up to the tree in an equal way to the figure on the left who has access. But by doing that, we still don't have justice. We still don't have justice. Now let me show you what justice is. When I say it fixes the system, now look at the tree And you'll see that there are these posts on the left-hand side up against the tree. What does it do? It straightens up the tree. It straightens up the tree. And on the right-hand side, you see the cords that are pulling up the tree as well. Now you have justice because now the system has been fixed. You follow? Both of them now have equal access with the tools and equal access in the system. The system has been fixed. That's justice. And what does justice mean? Justice equals balance between people, guaranteeing that no person is mistreated and guaranteeing that the person who needs help the most gets the most help. That's justice. And that's what we seek, is really justice. We don't seek just equality. Equality is not enough. So when you hear someone talking about we need equality, if you find a way to teach them that the next step is equity, and then the final stage is justice. And justice is very confusing if people look for definitions, because they'll give you 9,000 definitions because they don't want you to really know what justice is. That's why I say it one more time. Justice equals balance between people, guaranteeing that no person is mistreated and guaranteeing that the person who needs help the most gets the most help. And that's it for today. Justice. 3 words to justice, why equality is not enough. And I will leave you, as always, with the words: no justice, no peace, no love, KNOW.